Sheesh.
Thanks for saying it. I
shit.
don't even have to say that anymore. Somebody always says it for me now.
I was gonna fucking.
Sweet. What?
I was gonna wear a different shirt.
Oh,
And
you
I
didn't
forgot
change
to
your
change
shirt.
it.
What's wrong with that shirt? That's a
No, it's good,
shirt.
but I wore it in another podcast.
Oh,
I'm gonna be like, this
shit.
fucking guy only has
Well,
one shirt.
Take it off.
Guarantee you, this is the first time
Shirts and
I've
Skins
worn
podcast.
this shirt on the podcast. This has never been worn on the podcast before.
And when this episode comes out, this will be available on the online store.
Nice.
At least whatever's left after our show.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
We plan on selling at least 7.
Yeah.
It's a
100,
locals only thing for now.
For now, yeah. We got coffees today, huh?
Jono, spit
Yes.
those facts about coffee you were just telling me.
Okay.
I called it. I made Jono a
without
coffee.
reference.
Technically, it's an Americano.
Yes.
It would be called. It's just a shot of espresso.
If our editor wants to zoom in, you can see Dan's face
Zoom.
on the mug. It's like I'm kissing him every time I drink.
It's a groomsman mug I got from Adam's birthday.
Why isn't America?
His wedding. Sorry, the birth of the new Adam.
Yes, there you go.
the rebirth, if you will.
Yeah,
So
no-
why is an Americano called an Americano?
Well, according to Reddit, it's because in World War II, the Americans were not tough enough to drink just shots of espresso like the rest of the world. So they had to water it down. So that's why an Americano is like 1 part espresso to whatever.
Shut up.
Oh my God, Pete.
Put it on silent there, brother.
Supposed to be.
Boomer with the volume on full. Anyway. Yeah, that's the whole story. It's an Americano. Also why it's called a cup of Joe, because it was drank by the G.I. Joes of World War II.
The G.I. Joe's cool.
Don't fact check that. It's totally
Just
accurate.
tell everyone you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll become real knowledge.
Yeah, Mandela effect. It's perfect.
It's like that reminds me of the. There's this one comedian. I can't remember which one it was. I think
There's only like 2 of them.
Man, what the fuck's his name?
Joe Rogan.
The guy he
Dave
played.
Chappelle.
He was playing basketball and he fell and broke his
Tom
arm
Segura.
and his leg. Yeah, Tom Segura.
Oh, shit.
He tells that story about how like his dad thought, I think it was like Robert De Niro or someone like that. Some actor. He thought he was gay.
Yeah.
And
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, and he just told everybody that Tommy Lee Jones is gay, and then one day he's like, "Where did you?" He's like, "That's not true," and then he's like, "Oh, really?" But he's like been telling. He's been telling people his whole
like,
life.
no, dude, he's married to like he's got a wife. Like he's not gay. Like
Well,
It's so fucking funny.
that's crazy. G.I. Joes, man. Did you guys have G.I. Joes when you were kids? Did you have those G.I. Joe toys?
No,
I didn't have any, but I was aware of them.
Yeah.
I was in the category. See, I grew up in a very sheltered childhood, and my mom's like, no toys or games where it's like fighting
Guns
or
and
violence.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She was very strict
My
about
mom
that.
didn't want me to have guns either.
So
Fair enough.
like Power Rangers, not cool. Batman, totally fine.
Oh, really?
Batman.
Oh, but Batman didn't kill people.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
beat the shit out of them.
Right.
Like,
And
that's
then
cool.
got him
Assault
arrested.
is
people
cool.
that are like stealing to feed their families, like, no, you fucker don't. Just getting beat up by a millionaire.
Were
Kinda,
you
or
allowed-
billionaire. Kind of like
Kind of like Twitter,
interesting social commentary there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you allowed to watch like sexually explicit scenes?
Oh, God, no.
No,
no,
yeah,
no,
because
no.
my parents used to cover my eyes if there was like a sex scene. But
Ear-
if people
earmuffs.
were getting blown up or chopped to pieces, it was fine.
Well, dude, I always
never understood.
I
that.
always shared this weird experience I had growing up. So, part of the conservativeness was like I grew up in a very Christian household, and so I remember being like 10 or 11 when that movie, The Passion of the Christ, came out,
Oh.
and I don't know.
Banger.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like suitable for 11-year-olds. Like all I remember is like there's a whipping scene. You can see chunks of flesh like flying out of them.
I don't think I ever watched it.
That's totally fine
no, I
for
know
like a
that.
10-year-old,
Yeah,
but
gross.
yeah, 2 people showing that they love each other, fucking can't watch that.
No,
That's,
Fuck no, man.
It's a bit of a weird double standard.
It's funny. I grew up in a household that was half Christian and half atheist. So like one of my parents
yeah.
was very Christian, the
Craytheist.
other
Yeah.
craytheist, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other parent was I don't know. That's a term now.
That's a term, yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Don't look it up.
Going, yeah, no.
Just tell everyone you know.
Put your phones down now. So yeah, then the other parent was very, very atheist, and Pete should be able to choose, what he wants to believe in.
Sure.
On one side, and then no, you're a Christian boy on the other side, right? So it was funny because one time we went to this movie viewing at my mom's church, and we watched this movie, and it was like all about the rapture, and like when God's supposed to come again, and fucking
Was it
everybody
Left
knows
Behind?
guys don't come a second time,
Was it Left Behind?
No, it was before that.
Ah, shit.
yeah, so it wasn't Nicolas Cage. Bummer. So anyway, at the end of this movie, you know, it was brutally horrific. This movie, it was like super graphic and super scary. It was made out to be like a horror movie. And it scared the shit out of me. I was like 7 years old, maybe 8. And then my dad was there too, and I could just see him. He was getting pissed the whole time. And fucking, I was crying at the end of this movie, and my dad's choked. He's like, "These fucking guys make me scare the shit out of my son," or whatever, right? And because at the end, I was like, so I talked to the pastor, and I was like, does this mean my dad's going to go to hell? And they're like, well, you know, if your dad hasn't accepted the Lord and Savior into his heart, then yes. And I'm like, oh my God, my dad's going to hell. My dad was pissed.
Yeah, I had that exact same conversation, and I remember when I told my dad that he got so fucking mad because like, imagine having the audacity to tell a child that their parent is going to hell. It's
your
so
dad's
fucked up.
Burn forever in purgatory.
I guess this is just a religion episode. Let's just keep laying into it.
Are we going? Well, we can't just pick on Christianity then. We got to make it fair. We got to pick on them all.
I don't know enough about the other ones to say much insightful shit, so I'm gonna stick to picking on Christianity here.
I did take a religious studies course in university, and it was fascinating. I think everybody should learn religion that way.
Or just not at all. Let's just leave
it is
in the dust.
is neat.
Well,
There was
it's a
book,
fascinating thing that we practice, like a human being.
Yeah,
Really.
I was reading. It's called *Sapiens*.
I love
by
that book.
Yuval something or other.
Harari, I think.
Yeah. And in that, he's talking about how important religion was early on because it was like humanity's way to be able to trust a larger group of people.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do you know how to trust the next group over? Unless they say, like, if they come up and say, hey, we believe in the same thing you believe in, then it's like, okay, we can do business.
That's what that guy's kind of whole angle is about, like how humans were able to evolve to the point that we have is because other types of like humans before us weren't necessarily able to cooperate in groups that had similar, you know.
Unlike now, where we totally cooperate 100% of the time.
We all believe in science, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what we believe in, big S.
But I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Like we got groups of countries with cultures and, you know, societies with a culture, and we all kind of congregate together in a shared culture and, you know, work together that way. And then we go fucking blow up other people who have different ones.
Well, if you're different, you're bad, right? So
it's true. It's amazing how highbrow this podcast gets all of a sudden when we're drinking coffee and not fucking beer.
Religion, yes. I remember.
Let's talk about the fun. No talking. We haven't talked about dicks or furries or feet or anything of that.
Starting to think maybe Tim is the common denominator here.
I mean, I like a good fart joke just like anybody else. I really do.
This is the first one he hasn't been on, so
just hasn't sparked it yet.
Roasted Tim Brown.
Roasted.
This is a common theme with the band, and I assume in most groups of people, whoever isn't there gets roasted.
A little bit, yeah.
So it's just like a rule of thumb.
It's like, you know that thing they say is like, if you got something bad to say about me, say it to my face. Well, we don't know that.
We don't.
No,
do
you
that.
could get punched if you do that.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
It's bullshit.
Nobody does that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I added. I felt like that wall was fairly empty, so I added this giant poster of Alice Cooper.
Oh, dude, that's like my favorite Cooper album.
Right?
Too. I fucking love that album.
Sick.
I don't know if I told this story on the podcast or not.
I think
but
so.
that album got me my first scolding
got in
in
trouble.
elementary school. Yeah.
Was this the one where you're at the Christian camp? Since we're on the Christian.
No,
Okay, wait, hold on.
It was a secular school.
We've already talked about that, anyways. Favorite Bible stories? Go.
Oh my god!
I'm totally kidding. Fuck that.
Remember?
Oh, fucking
the Lions.
Unless you have one.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Daniel?
That was Daniel, dude.
Yo, Daniel.
Fucking hanging out with the
OG.
Lions, man. Jeez. I also like the one where he turned water into wine, but I think it'd be cooler if he turned it into beer.
It's true. What do you think Jesus' beer of choice would have been? Had he, been real?
Probably something sick. An American lager.
Fucking America didn't even have been made
White,
yet.
blonde hair, blue eyes, American Jesus, bro. We're
Probably
the-
Budweiser, king of beers, king of kings.
Oh my
it
God,
makes
Kings,
sense.
bro.
Jesus
Dude.
got a pair of pit vipers on.
Is the image of Jesus Christ copywritten? It must not be, right?
No, every culture,
Can it
he
be?
looks like whatever culture. It's
So-
like he's like a mirror image of the culture.
So we could sell shirts with Jesus on it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think so. We could profit off of Jesus.
We should just
couldn't
make
we?
Jesus shirts.
Yeah.
It would be sick. Have them like shredding.
Next T-shirt, Jesus biting through a beer can.
Dude, Jesus just like shotgunning a beer or something like that. That would be
Jesus
sick.
doing a centurion,
Cake
surrounded by
stand.
like.
cake stand with the Ninja Turtles could be holding them up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we may
Well,
as
we
well
might get in
just
trouble for the Ninja Turtles.
trademarks. Yeah.
No.
We could have the other gods
Oh
of the
no, there'll
world.
be samurai turtles.
It could be a god
Yeah.
party, dude. It could be like Jesus doing a cake stand. There's Buddha in the back smoking a joint.
Dude, no, God's
Fucking-
arms come down from heaven and hold his legs for the cake stand, bro.
We're on to something.
Oh,
This
okay.
is so sick.
yeah.
We're
Okay.
about to get canceled
We
in the
need to,
Bible Belt.
This is gonna be a
no
paid
more
to-
shows.
This is gonna be a Patreon exclusive shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Jesus
it's gonna be
cake
sick.
standing with God holding his legs from space, I guess.
But he'd be wearing like his robe, so they're like down around his like, his tighty whities are exposed and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, Jesus'
Put a
underwear.
thong on.
Do you think Jesus wore underwear?
Bare ass.
Yeah, he's just bare ass. That's probably
They
more like
had
it.
to have worn underwear or something under those robes because think about like the sandstorms and shit, like going up in the robe. That'd be uncomfortable,
Maybe.
man.
I don't know. Old timey clothing options were. I don't know much about it.
We need to find out when
I should learn more.
underwear was invented.
Did the Son of God get sand in his ass crack?
Yeah, there we go.
Striker wants to know.
We need to know.
I'm
these
gonna
things.
look up. Did Jesus wear underwear?
Yeah, let's find out.
Did
Let's find out what this is.
Jesus
Let
wear
us know in the polls.
under?
Yeah. Comment down
Underwear.
below what kind of G-string you think he wore.
J string.
The truth. The first thing that comes up. The truth about Jesus: his hair wasn't long, and he only wore one-piece tunic,
Oh,
the
really?
equivalent of underwear.
Oh, shit. Where's that come from?
So they wore
Huh.
a one-piece tunic as underwear.
So he did wear underwear. In fact, that is all he wore.
Yeah.
Fuck. What, rocking around in just your ginch?
Yes, he wore
Dude.
underwear. It was written in Exodus to make such underwear from the waist to the thighs.
But Exodus was written like 1,000 years before he was introduced into the story. The writer, I don't know. They needed to have some
Exodus
editors.
is from the 80s in the Bay Area.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
way
bro.
after they know.
The
Yeah.
Bible knew that a sick ass heavy metal band was going to be coming out, and they foretold it.
Yeah,
That's
something
how that happened.
Testament.
Yeah, that one too.
also
trying to-
Testament.
yeah.
Yeah. Another Bay Area
Yep.
There you go.
band.
Yeah,
Man, a lot of
Unlike Genesis, not from the Bay Area,
not from the Bay Area.
No. Where's
no.
Genesis from? UK?
UK somewhere. Yeah.
Phil Collins,
London.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Philip Boy.
Britlandia.
Man,
That's what they call it.
Phil Collins is
Britlandia, yeah.
badass.
Or the Uck.
Uck.
Yeah, the Uck.
The Uck.
Yeah, the Uck.
Yeah, Phil Collins is a badass.
Phil Collins
Agree.
is sick, man. I
Yeah.
liked Phil Collins.
He writes
Solo stuff.
cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, how
Okay.
sick is it that his so he's still touring now with his son on drums because he's too like old and fucked up to drum.
That's badass.
His like 20-year-old son is just like, all right, I guess I'm playing fucking arenas with my dad.
I guess
now."
I shred now.
You know, I think that's so cool. There's been a few bands that have done that now. Like what Led Zeppelin got Jason Bonham on
Yep.
drums. Van Halen put Wolfgang
Yep.
on bass. Like that's fucking rad, dude. When does Electra Mustaine start playing guitar?
she's a singer or something.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's like
cool.
a country singer or something shit
Wow.
like that.
Damn, dude.
I mean, from the stories I've heard about working with Megadeth, I'm sure she would last a tour and then be like, yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling this anymore. I want to pursue other avenues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Never worked with Megadeth, so I couldn't tell you.
Hey, if they want to tour with us, I'd be happy. I'd be happy to get kicked off that tour.
Absolutely.
Just put our name on the poster.
Yeah.
At least.
No beer on the tour bus. Oh shit! First day we're out. God damn.
Hello, dog.
God
What's the
damn.
point?
Yeah, man. So yeah. How about you? Did you grow up in a religious household, Dan?
Why, yes.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, both of my parents at one point were pastors.
Oh no
shit,
way.
Or ministers, I guess, what the proper term would be.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
So
I mean,
trippy.
You literally grew up in a church.
Yeah. Kind of. But I mean,
You turned out all right.
I think that was like mostly before like me and my brother were
Okay.
born. So I don't
Like,
know.
so they were
Wow.
already, when they were married, like they were pastoring the same church or whatever.
I guess so. Yeah.
Crazy.
And then they birthed like a rock and roll person.
A rock
Yeah.
and roller.
A rock and
Well,
roller.
we kind of just stopped going to church after a while. I think
Yeah,
it
that's
must
fair.
have been like too much fucking work. Like we went for a long time. Like, up until we were maybe at the end of elementary school going into junior high. It's like I can only imagine it's fucking hard as fuck to try and convince. Like after a while, you're probably like, "Fuck." It's like even I don't want to go, and I have to try and get this kid who definitely doesn't want to go go to this thing.
You know what made it curtains for me is they would I could hear the people, like whispering and stuff. They'd be like, "Oh, that Pete guy, he's got listening to heavy metal," and they didn't like that. And there was this one point where they had convinced me to bring a bunch of my heavy, like the super dark ones, like my heavy metal CDs to church, and we were gonna have a party breaking my CDs. And I brought all these CDs to church one day with my mom, and it was like, "Oh yeah, Pete, I'm so proud of you." And I got there and I like looked at my CDs, and I'm like, "I'm not going to church anymore." I didn't break them. I took them home and never went back. I couldn't do it.
Sounds like a lot of
that's too important for me.
Right? Sounds like a lot of fun for everyone except you.
Yeah.
You're like, I like this stuff, and it's just getting fucked up. I had the same thing, except with Pokemon cards, because Pokemon cards were also satanic.
No way.
Yeah, because it means pocket monsters. Monsters clearly mean devil.
Oh my god.
Oh, monsters are demons, dude.
So many original, like whatever year they were printed at first, those Pokemon cards gone forever.
Hey, wow.
Could have had a collection worth at least dozens of dollars.
I heard G.I. Joe toys are worth something now too, and I don't have those anymore because I got them taken away from me.
Really?
Yeah, because one time
he kept taking their clothes off and smashing their genitals together.
No, me and a buddy of mine come over, and we took out the hammers and we started smashing them, smashing their heads. We're like, "Yeah, it's cool, bam, bam." We bust them apart and trying to stick like the girl heads on top of the guy bodies and laugh at them.
So you're like the evil kid from Toy Story.
Oh yeah, we were being shits,
I'll be right back.
I got them all taken away.
I just gotta let the dog out.
Yeah,
dog's gotta go. Had food, has to,
Yeah, has to unfood. Dog must unfood. Unfood itself.
All right, well, now that Dan's finally gone.
Oh, yeah. What kind of dirt can we dig up on this guy?
That's interesting. I mean, I knew that you grew up in a religious household. I had no idea that Dan did too. Or like religious-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of probably our group probably had something to do with it at one point or in their lives.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never stuck with it. I mean, I think it's a personal thing, man. Like,
yeah, it's if you come to it on your own, go for it. But like, the whole idea of like parents indoctrinating that in their kids, that's like that doesn't sit well with me,
Yeah,
it's not how I would parent my kids. As someone who doesn't have any, I can't.
You
really
must
comment,
believe this.
Yeah, it's fucked. But at the same time, I am very appreciative of Christianity because it gives heavy metal so much shit to write about.
It gives us an enemy.
Basically.
No, I mean, a world without religion would be weird, man. I mean, I don't think we'd
all be so happy.
According to Yuval Harari, we wouldn't have made it as far as we have. Maybe the Neanderthals would have kicked our ass if we didn't think the sun was some deity or something.
Maybe, but it would have been cool if we could have dropped
shit
it
out of us.
like at least 100 or 200 years ago.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
What can you do?
God's in the trees, bro. God's in the dirt. He's back. He's back.
Dan's done shitting.
That was a quick shit. Jeez.
Didn't wash his hands.
Oh, we didn't even roast him. What the fuck?
Oh, you guys fucked up. You didn't roast me?
No.
Suckers.
We were busy roasting God instead.
Nice. Nice. Take that, God.
Yeah.
Dude,
Not
God,
here?
God is
You get
sick.
roasted.
I wish it was like more cool to like be into God.
Yeah.
Like if it was more obvious that he existed, it would be pretty cool.
To have some like omnipotent being.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. If he
did
was
exist-
a little bit nicer, maybe.
Okay,
Like,
but if
If
he
he
did
heard you
exist,
say that, he'd smite you.
Oh, yeah.
do you think he'd give a shit about humanity at all? Like, think if all the shit that's going on in the universe.
Because we're made in his image, dude.
Fuck, you got me there.
He must be. If we're made in his image, he must be a bit of a dick.
He's probably a Chad, dude.
Very
He's
much.
probably fucking
Yeah.
cut, dude.
just ripped. Jesus.
God's
Did Jesus
probably
have
yoked
abs?
out of his mind.
Can we Google that? Did Jesus have abs?
Oh, yeah, for sure he
Haven't
did.
you seen
Yeah, do have.
any picture of him on the cross or statue?
Oh, yeah, that's
or-
true, I
He's
guess.
always ripped.
Yeah.
Dude, I like that. Like, there's
Hairy
that.
as fuck,
It's like
yeah,
Jesus on the cross, but he's jacked. He's like, and he's breaking it. Like,
Yeah, sweet.
That's some Mac level shit from It's Always Sunny.
fucking strong as fuck Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just crushing shit. It would be sick if somebody made a TV show that was like Jesus, but he was like Superman.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah.
So basically, like
Couldn't answer on
Jesus
this
is
shit.
Superman, the show.
Jesus man.
Super.
And it'd be like
Jesus,
back in the
man.
day, you'd just be like dominating. It's
like,
they come to kill him, and he just like fucking just their heads just.
He built the pyramid.
He just
single-handedly.
turns the other cheek and then hits him with a big fucking right hand. Just bam.
Fuck.
Busts
But they
his
do it in like
face.
the Adam West Batman style, like the pow.
Pow.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Who are you?
Blessed.
I'm Jesus.
I blessed him to death.
Yeah.
Bless- And then I built the pyramid single-handedly.
Nick Sean here at the Earth.
He's like, these pyramids are a microwave, bro.
Wow.
That did we talk about that one show about Graham Hancock on Netflix?
I don't know.
The ancient civilization shit.
Might have.
He's got like this idea about like how there was like a catastrophic event
Okay.
like 12,000 years ago or something like that. But the show is just him going to different like historical sites and being like, yeah, but what if like they made it way earlier than this? And archaeologists are like, no.
No, we know
And
when
he's
they
like,
made it.
but what if? He's like, there maybe.
Sounds
It's
like
super
the
funny.
Yeah, it sounds like the equivalent of like most of those like TikTok things where they like interview people on the streets. And it's like the good ones are all staged and the bad ones are just people like, okay, you're a fucking idiot. What?
Dude, my favorite, there's a guy on Instagram. I'm sure he's on TikTok too.
Ooh, on the Instagram.
But he just goes up to like people in New York and he's just like, hey, you want to get hit?
What?
Like, yeah, he just goes up to like, you know,
People way smaller than him.
That
Oh,
sounds
okay.
dangerous.
dude, he goes up to like tough looking dudes and he's just like, hey, what's up, my bro? You want to get hit? And then he films like the interaction.
Yeah.
And then the joke is like he takes a cigarette out and he's like, oh, you want it? Like, but he doesn't say that for a while, and like he's constantly about to get killed. It's so funny.
Yeah.
There's one guy
Bet.
he just got into a guy's car, like a guy got out of his car and he just got in. Like
Oh
in
my
the driver's
God,
seat and
in
sat
New
there,
York?
and the dude
Dangerous.
immediately pulled a gun out on him.
Bet.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Please fucking," he's like, "Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! It's a joke! It's a prank, bro."
I used to love the ones
Holy
where like
fuck.
Jesus.
They'd
I think
have-
he got hit too. I think they fucking.
Oh, probably.
Oh yeah, he's definitely broken a few bones doing that show.
It's so funny.
I used to love the
God.
one where Buddy he'd put on a pair of like those those tights girls wear that like pull your butt up and like make your ass the perfect shape.
Yeah.
He'd put on a pair of those and he'd be like digging in the trunk of his car and stuff, and then like he'd wait for like some dude to come make a comment or whatever. And then he'd come out and be like, "Oh hey dude, you like my ass? Thanks, bro." and the guy would be like, "Oh my god, no!"
I'm not getting no.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude. Oh, people just get so uncomfortable. I laugh so hard.
There was
amazing.
one like
Love
that.
it.
It's sort of like a Just for Laughs gags type thing.
Oh,
where,
it's a great show.
I missed that.
Canadian show. If you haven't seen it and you're not in Canada, Just for Laughs gags is all over YouTube. There's some super sick.
There's some
pranks.
funny, elaborate, like wacky shit.
Oh, totally.
But like, there was this one where a guy was on an escalator and he was wearing like a thong. And then he bent over to tie up a shoe on the escalator, like in front of people, and then like filmed the reaction of the people behind him, and they're just like it's so funny. I don't know how I would react in like a prank situation.
I would
like
love
that.
to get pranked. But I think it would be shitty at first, but the overwhelming sense of oh thank God. Afterwards would be fun.
Dude, some of the Just for Last ones are like elaborate.
Yeah.
In a way
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Like they're like
Love to
you
work
go
for
in
that
a
show.
door, and then when you come out, it's like a different building.
different building.
And
Yeah,
you're just
I was
like,
just
what
thinking
the
of that.
fuck?
There was
That's
one,
great.
I remember it's like a change room, like at a clothing store. So they would go in and then you see like 30 people come out of nowhere
With a new room.
move all the walls around, and then you're like fucking outside. And they're like, what the fuck?
That's so good, man. One of my favorite ones too is how people used to say if you dig a hole deep enough, you'll end up in China.
Yeah.
Well, there's this one where there's this pile of dirt or whatever, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of like like a park or something.
Yeah,
and then all of a
Montreal.
sudden, like this hole opens up, and a family of Chinese people come out, and everybody's like, "No fucking way!" It's so funny, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, I
Hilarious.
immediately thought like, is that like a problematic thing? But I don't think so. I think it's just funny.
no.
right?
Yeah, it's
that's just funny.
silly little
That's
saying.
good.
It's not a stereotype
think
on
that's
Chinese people. It's just if
That they
anything,
live
it's-
across the other side of the planet,
yeah,
which is
making
not
fun
true.
of us for how dumb we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There was one other one too that I really liked, and it was this guy goes into a change room in like a department store. Or
Yeah.
no, yes, and he's got his wife or girlfriend with him, right? And so he goes in, and apparently there's a somebody in there. Or no, the lady who's measuring him puts like a lipstick mark on his neck as she's measuring him. Then he goes into the change room. There's a hidden door on the other side of the change room. He comes out and there's lipstick all over his like neck or shirt or whatever. And then the girl comes out and she's like, "Call me," and then fucks off, right? And the look on like the girlfriends and wives' faces is like,
You're dead.
That's
bro.
too far.
Way
Too
too
far.
far.
They took that joke way too
"Oh
far.
no, it's so good, man, It's so fucking good." Oh, you can just see how much shit he's in, like, and then they're like, "No, it's a joke," and she's like, oh. But she's like,
She's
still
still
mad.
mad.
Yeah, I'm
still
sure
mad.
she'd
Yeah,
never
still
let
mad.
that
Didn't
go.
even happen. It's like when you have a dream.
I knew it.
It's like if you have a dream about another girl, you're still in trouble.
Or worse, when your girl has a dream that you cheat on her.
Yeah. You wake up,
Then you're just
getting
fucked.
slapped.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck, dude?
You did this to me.
Yeah, deal with it. Fuck. People
Why
have
would it
dreams.
be in my brain?
Yeah.
You did this.
you put it in my brain. It's your fault. You're done, bud. Got the chat logs.
Bro.
Yeah, dude.
Nice. Who's stoked to shred this weekend?
Me.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
Me.
I mean, I feel, or I guess it's already happened. When
Should
this
be a
is
lot
airing.
of work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's stoked to have shredded last week?
What was your favorite part of the show?
Yeah.
My favorite part was when I had to work the next day.
When there was no drum riser and you didn't bonk your head.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
Was that you or was that Tim?
That was me.
Okay.
So last time we played in Edmonton, we decided to rent like a drum riser, like a big one. It was like 4 feet tall. It was sick.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was awesome.
And then I was like, thrashing around on stage, headbanging, and I headbanged too far forward and literally headbutted the riser, like
is a heavy-duty
fucking
riser.
pretty hard. I was like, oh fuck.
Well, it was live streamed too, so we were able to watch the
Yeah,
footage.
we
and you
could-
could see Dan's like, as we all would be, like, 'cause
Yep.
it was fucking hard. I didn't know it was going on when it happened, but
Bonk.
yeah,
That was a fun show.
I've had a couple of good on stage bonks.
Yeah.
That always sucks. The classic is hitting your head on the monitor. Like
Yeah.
when you go, if you there's like if there's speakers out front,
Yes.
and then you go to stand on them, and you don't remember that above that speaker is the hanging version
Yeah.
of the speaker, and you just fucking bing,
have definitely done that.
and then you're out
in
right
more
out
than once.
front in
Yeah.
front of the crowd, and it's just like, well, I gotta like pretend that didn't fucking happen.
Yep.
yeah.
Crawl back in my fucking shell, dude.
Can't say I've ever experienced that, but I definitely.
guess you wouldn't, yeah,
I
yeah.
hit myself with drumsticks probably every
All the
second
time.
or third show. Like
Ah.
throw it, miss, bonk right in the head, or I don't know. Sometimes you hit a cymbal or a drum or something, and you just hit this weird. It's like the trampoline effect when you get your friends to double bounce.
bounce.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That can happen on drums, and then the
Like a
stick
flam.
launches faster than you can like react to like stop it from flying on your hand. So I've definitely
goddamn.
smoked myself in the face a bunch. with
Double
that.
bounce.
Damn, bro.
And then
Put your eye out with that.
Yeah, you could.
yeah, because I don't wear glasses when I drum live,
Yeah,
so
shit.
it's
You need you need safety goggles up there.
Yeah.
yeah. Then I look like Mike
a
Mangini
hard
though.
hat.
He looks like he's
Does he
about
wear-
to play squash. It's I don't know. I don't understand the look.
What does he have on?
He wears like a headband with like a backwards hat, and then the squash goggles, and then like all the
Squaggles.
wristbands and stuff, and then like gym shorts and a tank top.
I gotta look this up.
Oh, okay.
I'm not knocking the guy. I'm just saying
It wouldn't.
I
it
don't-
wouldn't look good on you.
I don't think I could pull that look off.
Okay. Works
don't-
for him.
I don't think he
Wouldn't
can
work
either.
for me.
Yeah, I
Fair
think
enough.
The only like injury I've had while drumming would be I've definitely had like a cymbal fall at me and hit me. It didn't hit me in the head or anything, but those are dangerous. And
I've
then
definitely been hit by a stick or two of yours.
Oh yeah. I just like a couple practices ago.
Every practice.
Not everyone.
I'm starting to think you're doing it on purpose here, but
You're in the safest spot.
Am
You're
I
behind
really?
my cluster of symbols on the left.
That's true.
Whoever's like, usually it's Tim and or Simon that are in the. You saw it?
Yeah. Who's? Can anybody pull it off? You think in the band?
It doesn't look too bad.
No, it's not bad.
I did, but it's funny. It's like kind of like, huh.
It's like how any of our
don't know
dads
if I
would
saw,
dress
like,
if they're playing tennis
Yeah.
or squash or something. It's
I wonder if he's been smashed in the eye or something.
probably, I don't know. I mean, he's been drumming for like what, 40 years professionally.
Statistically, he's probably hit himself in the fucking eye.
Oh yeah,
Probably. You ever hit yourself in the dick?
No, thank God.
That would suck.
Yeah,
Because I remember I played in
Boy,
a
you'd
band.
have to be pretty far off to do that.
I
It's like,
guess. But your snares,
You'd
your
be
snares
surprised.
pretty
Yeah,
close,
it-
right?
like an inch or two of snare height can make a fucking huge difference. I've had giant bruises and welts all over my legs.
on your
from,
leg?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that. I can see
It's
that.
easier than you think.
I played in a band once
you know
where
what I mean.
the drummer and I swapped instruments just for one song in our set.
Oh, nice.
And
So wait, he sang or played guitar?
he played bass.
Oh, bass. Okay.
Yeah, I was playing bass in this band, and so he could jump on the bass. I did the drums for a song, and I whacked myself in the fucking knee, like the top of the kneecap, one time.
Yeah.
Fuck,
hit.
dude, that hurt. It was like sore for like a week, man.
Yeah.
But and also because I don't have proper technique,
Sure.
I'm all power. I'm just like smashing these things, right?
Yep.
And like that's why I couldn't play more than one song.
Sure,
because I'm
yeah.
just dead after, right? But it fucking hurt. I had a big welt on top of my knee for like a week.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Another bad one that is like a similar kind of thing. When you hit like your thumb with your stick, that is brutal. And then the last drumming injury that I get a lot that sucks is when you go to grab a cymbal and the cymbal somehow gets in between your nail and your thumb.
Oh, that seems rare. Like it'd be rare, but no.
Nah, it happens more than you'd think. Like, cause you're trying to grab a moving
'Cause
object.
it's going like,
it's not just
yeah,
moving up
yeah.
and down. If you've ever seen a slow mo like video of a cymbal being hit, it's like this. So
pretty cool.
the fact that it doesn't happen more is almost kind of surprising to me.
You do that thing where who is it that was doing that shit? I think it was Tommy Lee.
Most
Where
likely,
you hit it and you just put your arm on it.
Oh yeah,
That probably doesn't
Zoltan
sound
does that a
Zoltan
lot.
Cheney, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite
Holy
drummers
shit.
in terms of like performance, man. That guy's all over the place. And like the last note he plays in a show, he'll like climb a stack of fucking amps and just like jump into the drums, and that's like the last hit. And everything. Like, it's fucking sick.
Yeah,
man.
that dude is sick.
He's so cool.
I saw the band Mountain play. They opened for
nice.
Joe Satriani here in Edmonton.
I also saw that.
And
Tour.
he was throwing sticks into the audience by bouncing them off of his cymbals.
Yeah.
So he would just hit his cymbal and the stick would just be like,
Dude, I
It
did
was
that
sick.
to you in Winnipeg when we were doing the fight for your life thing where you're like raising the
I think I
China
remember
symbol.
that.
And we did the same
Oh,
where I
yeah,
like
yeah,
have
yeah.
to jump up to hit it, and then you keep raising it, so I just throw the stick, and then it bounced and hit you in the head.
Sweet.
And unfortunately, someone who filmed the entire fucking show stopped right before that. happened.
damn, dude, we should, okay.
Try and
We gotta one-up it
reenact
now.
it.
Back in time, we will have tried this, but we should try and do, I wonder how far you could do it. Like, we probably shouldn't make you throw the stick towards the crowd.
Yeah.
But I think that would be funny. Like, if
Oh, hell yeah.
if I held your fucking cymbal stand up, like, in the air at the front of the stage, and you just fucking hucked your stick at it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
would-
I'd be down.
Cause, but I mean, it might fuck someone up in the crowd, but it would be maybe worth it. I don't know.
It depends on how bad they get fucked up.
I mean, it will be filmed, so you get to decide how funny it is.
Yeah, you may have already seen it happen.
Yeah,
It's all
so-
fun and games till someone loses an eye, right?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, man.
worth trying.
Oh,
Could be
hell
cool.
yeah.
Maybe we do it in every song.
We gotta bring the.
I don't like that.
We gotta bring the drumstick on the bass thing back in Death Wish.
I was
too.
planning on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nice.
We gotta
Yeah,
do
we got to
that.
remember all of our
Our
stunts.
antics. Yeah,
It's been
man.
so long. I mean, it's been
yeah.
especially long for me. It's actually,
Yeah.
I've been jamming the set at home, and I'm finding like as I play with more and more intensity, I'm like, I've got no more, like I don't have endurance anymore. It's amazing what happens when you sit around all summer and don't tour. How that actually doesn't make you a better player. It's,
Strange.
I find
Who knew?
I find for me it's like, for at least for singing, you get out of shape so fast.
Yeah,
singing.
definitely.
It's like if you don't do it for like a week,
Yep.
your voice is like, I'll go jam and be like, I can't sing.
Oh yeah, and there's such a huge difference between, I think, like the type of singing that you do in the band as the lead
Sure,
singer,
yeah.
and then like what we do as backup singers. Because when I was a lead vocalist, I had to keep that shit in shape like all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now it's not quite as bad because I don't have as much singing to do, and it's a different type of singing, right?
Sure.
But
Yeah, it's just miming along to back. Oh, I mean,
what? But yes, because I did that. Just a 30-minute set of Halloween covers recently, and I was like, wow, I'm definitely not in the shape that I used to be.
That's also like, you know, it's like it wasn't like a jog; it was like a sprint, right?
Wow,
like
yeah,
singing Halloween
Yeah,
is
true.
like
you got off the
Kiss Stop's
couch.
not easy, yeah.
You got off the couch after eating a pizza to go run a marathon, essentially.
pretty
Like,
much. Yeah.
it's gonna make you barf.
It was a good pizza.
Yeah.
Power bar.
Bruh.
Sounds like a band.
Power bar.
Power barf.
That could be a cool, like if it was a comedic, kind of like a Guarish band.
Yeah, totally.
Power bar. There's my next project
Power bar
coming up. First EP, Diarrhea Volcano, bro.
And we're back.
Hey.
Well, fun fact for anybody who wants to try and find it, we did have a band. Well, I think it was me and Dave were making it, but anyways, called Blasphemous Orifice, and
that's a mouthful.
the album is Blast from This Orifice.
I
that's
think
not
I've heard
confusing.
this.
And the only song we ever recorded was a song called Covered in Shit.
you still
But
have
we
the
had
song?
a bunch like Nocturnal Porcelain Throne and like
damn.
lots of different ones like that. Like it was a shit themed black metal band.
That's fucking awesome.
You can look it up.
Brown metal.
Blasphemous Orifice on SoundCloud. You can
It's
find
up.
it. There's one song.
So you should upload on the Patreon.
It's just yeah, I could. But that's an exclusive. I'll
There you
upload to the
go.
Patreon.
Yeah, imagine making people pay
Brown
to
metal.
listen to.
It's got the lyrics are just sampled from the movie Dumb and Dumber 2, where Bob Saget, the guy shits all over the fucking bathroom.
Yep.
And he's just like shouting about shitting. That's all the lyrics are.
That's wicked.
funny.
That's wicked.
It's pretty funny.
I thought about making a Tourette's guy themed metal band a long time ago.
Jesus.
Because I was a big fan of that guy for a while.
Yeah. Did he have Tourette's or was it a joke?
No, I think it's real.
Oh.
But it's also like made significantly worse by his alcoholism. That doesn't help that the fact that he's a raging alcoholic. And I think the family all probably had a bit of a sense of humor about it all, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even sure.
I mean, it's a good way to
That
like
became an internet sensation.
to deal with it, right? Like, I mean,
guess,
it's
yeah.
it's definitely a
People cope in all sorts of ways.
difficult
Yeah.
thing to deal with, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
coping with it by just having fun with it is probably a healthy way to do it.
Yep.
I would say
Totally.
Reminds me of this
for our enjoyment as
this-
kids.
weird
Thanks, Tourette's guy.
documentary-ish show I was watching about a couple months ago, where it's like basically it's this British dating show where they take people that have.
Oh, is that Love on the Spectrum?
I watched that.
I don't know. I don't think that's what it was called. It wasn't specifically like that, like neurodivergence. It was whatever sort of, I don't know how to say this PC. So just like whatever is making you kind of not normal, like in a medical way.
Not normal.
Yeah.
Oh, how can you say such a thing, John?
Jeez
I know.
So
Louise,
insensitive.
dude.
Holy.
You know what I mean?
You
But
guys
they would
know what we're talking about.
they would set them up with like people for what is essentially this person's first date ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
Oh.
like they can't
It
function.
sounds like Love on the Spectrum, but
Maybe, yeah.
Anyways,
but it
same-
was
same deal.
Maybe it was, yeah.
well, this was. I think it was strictly like people with autism.
Yeah,
dating
this
show,
one wasn't,
which was
like-
fascinating.
So what was
really.
what was the best part?
Yeah.
I was gonna say funniest, but that's rude.
Yeah, no, well, that's the thing.
Was it a comedy?
What was the most moving?
It wasn't a comedy. It was like meant to maybe be heartwarming. And at first I'm like, oh, I feel like this show is just kind of making fun of these people that have this thing that they can't help, and it felt weird. But my girlfriend's like, no, it's not that. It's not that. It's like it's heartwarming. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. This is just it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Love on the Spectrum was definitely a bit uncomfortable in some areas, and absolutely. But it was like, man, it's hard enough like trying to form a long-term real connection with another human being as it is. Never mind,
it's true.
You know what I mean? Like, and maintain it over a period of time. Never mind trying to do that with the added struggle of something like
whatever you're doing. Yeah,
like,
totally,
man.
Yeah,
and it was a bit hard to watch some of it, but some parts were like you put a lot of it all into perspective. It was like, wow, man, like holy shit.
On that vein, there was another show that I was watching. Again, I don't remember what it's called. It was just like a one documentary episode thing. And it was basically interviewing all these guys that have collections of sex robots. Sex dolls.
Yeah, I think I've watched some stuff like that before. Yeah.
The ones where you're paying like $3,000, $5,000.
Yeah,
and
good
these
ones
guys
aren't
have,
cheap.
Yeah, these guys have tons of them. Like their garage is full. They're all like
just took out a mortgage on them.
They're just hang. Well, they don't have to spend it on a real wife, so they have all this extra cash.
It's probably cheaper.
What better than to not donate it to any kind of charity than to buy like a bunch of shit?
Yeah, that you can have hanging from your fucking garage, and you're like, oh, today I feel like this one.
I'll
and
take
then,
Joe.
It's thing.
Wow.
And then what was really funny is they interview all these guys, and they're all like similar varying stories of like this guy's like a hair away from being an incel, that kind of thing. And then they talk to the guy that like they ship them all to when they need to get fixed, and this guy just has this like, you know, the lion in a cage, like the light has left his eyes.
The shit I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
Yeah, but I am sure he makes fucking bank.
He probably
fixing
does.
those.
Professional cleaner
Yeah,
of sorts.
because he just
sex doll
like
cleaner.
so the camera they show up at his house, and there's like this giant crate because these things are human sized.
Yeah.
You can't disassemble it. It's like,
Right, you can't chop it up. Yeah, unless that's your fetish.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
yeah,
ooh.
and then you see like a little bit of his garage, which is his workshop, and there's all these dismembered body parts everywhere, and it's just like, man, there's got to be diseases floating around in that garage.
Jeez. You just gotta
Some
dip
of those
everything
things,
in
though, man,
alcohol.
look pretty damn good. Like, being 100% honest, some look pretty damn good, man. Not good enough to spend $2 or $3 grand on, I don't think, but like,
Okay, how much would you spend?
Like, if somebody gave me one, I'd bang it.
Okay.
God damn.
For a while. I'd bang
Appreciate
it for
the
a while,
honesty.
yeah. Till I got bored of it, and then
We got a couple questions I forgot about from an email from
Nice.
Victoria.
Oh yeah. Hi.
Got a few questions here. Favorite dinosaurs?
Oh shit! I was big into dinosaurs when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was always the fucking raptor for me, dude. Raptors
are
goated, most deadliest, most badass.
Sweet basketball team.
Yeah,
that's
badass.
right.
Everything
What do you
about
need?
it's the best. It was like the main character, basically from what's it called?
Jurassic Park. Aside
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
T-Rex.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
T-Rex
I
is
mean-
fucking obviously sick, but the raptor was like, when I was a kid, I was like, ooh, that shit's fucking
The toe,
badass.
like
yeah.
the gnarly toe.
Yeah, it's like it has a weapon.
Sick, dude.
This one comes with a
Dude,
weapon.
yeah.
Ooh,
Shit.
so sick.
I mean, it's hard to not pick the T-Rex. But when I was a kid, I really fucking loved the Stegosaurus. I thought he was
Okay.
cool as fuck. Yeah,
That's sweet.
Spiky tail and shit.
I don't my favorite was the Albertosaurus, because I'm like, how fucking sick is it that
That it was here. Yeah.
dinosaurs lived here, and
Yeah, it's
B,
true.
there's one that was exclusive to here. That one
That is pretty cool.
that's the closest I think I've ever gotten to like any source sense of national pride or like
Nah.
patriotism.
Nice,
I'm like,
nice.
we have a dinosaur named after us."
And then the next question was thoughts on the Suncor Nodosaur. I'm assuming that's
What?
I just looked it up. That's like you remember this one? It was like almost fully
Boreal
intact
pelta.
that they found in Alberta.
Oh,
I remember seeing that in the news. I mean, it looks sick. Looks like a fucking dinosaur.
That's a dinosaur.
Looks like those scientists nailed it.
What are our thoughts on it?
It looks sick.
It looks
Yeah.
cool.
I
would ride it.
We should somehow make that into the next Striker shirt.
A dinosaur?
The Albert.
we have a dinosaur on the shirt,
some like local dinosaur,
Yeah, that's true.
or just a chicken. I don't know. The modern day version.
modern day dinosaurs. Yeah.
Sick.
What else you got here? How does everyone approach the writing process?
Well, this is fun because I feel like we've been experimenting with that a lot.
It's evolving now.
Yeah.
Like usually in the past, it was like, whoever's writing music would just write basically an entire song, and then we would bring it and then make any kind of group decisions on what to change, and then record the motherfucker.
Yeah.
But now we're doing a little more collaboration. Like we're sending it this way, that way, getting more ideas in there and stuff. So, and then this album will also be working with a producer.
Yeah. Do you think we can name who it is yet? Or are we just going to keep teasing it?
We'll just keep teasing it.
Yeah, let's hang it out there. Yeah.
Um,
give you a hint though. The producer does have a first name and a last name.
Shit.
Oh, good luck.
Good luck.
Yep.
But yeah, so we thought it would be fun to work with a producer who will really like be involved in our process and take what we have and we get in the studio and get muck our hands up a little bit. So that'll be good.
Yup.
It'll be sick.
We will be recording it out of our home country this time.
Yeah.
Which is the first time in how long? How many albums?
Since
City of Gold?
City of Gold, yeah.
Wow, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trippy.
Crazy, right?
Nice.
Yeah, man. Gonna be fucking
Okay.
gnarly.
How often do y'all go back to old works in progress? To be honest, not that often.
Except for there was that one recent one.
Yeah, but that's all part of this like post last album
Okay,
writing.
okay.
So
Fair
it's
enough.
like I don't think we've gone back to anything we've written
10 years ago.
like early stuff. Actually,
That's fair.
It'd be funny to go back and see. Maybe there's some fucking bangers in there we skipped over, but I think usually we do a good job at like
Identifying
We
the good
know
ones.
Yeah.
stuff that's too old.
getting,
Yeah, fair enough.
I got some
Good
old
questions.
old-
God damn.
Yeah, here we go. Why does Moonlight Rendezvous by Beast in Black sound like Battle Beast Touch in the Night? Ooh.
Well, I would imagine.
Conspiracy? It says, I know they're written by the same person, but it's weird that he wrote like the same song twice. I didn't know that. We'll have to listen to it. but-
I'll be honest, I don't listen to a lot of Battle Beast, but that's cool.
Maybe he had something with that song where he's like, I really feel connected to that song and I want to re-release it with what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know?
Are there
Yeah,
any
there
other
will be.
examples of
You should ask Beast in
Like-
Black that song. That question.
I wonder if there's any examples of other writers or musicians that have like written a song with their band, fired or quit or whatever, wrote essentially the same song again.
Mechanics and Four Horsemen.
Metallica, Megadeth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's the only
yeah.
other one I
Yeah.
can
Big time.
easily think
Big
about.
time.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotta be a few more of those
I
out
mean,
there in the world.
well, whatever, man. There's so many songs that sound like similar. Like even that one
Yeah,
that
sure.
we were talking about the other day, that Soft Cult
Oh yeah, and Loathe.
and Loathe.
Yeah.
They had like some kind of similar thing, but then they changed it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they
never
changed-
heard the version that was like really obvious.
Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere online, but yeah, it's. I mean, even the song "Drain" has like a very strong Loathe influence in terms of like the guitar tones and like just the vibe of the vocals and everything. Like it's clearly a different person singing, but it's like this is like I think they're actually from Victoria. So it's Canadian Loathe essentially.
Oh, well.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Quit copying people.
Yeah.
Stop copies me.
Yeah. See, that's
Stop
different though.
copies
Start
me.
That was
stealing.
two people, two different people in two different bands writing the same song. That's not as cool.
That's not
okay.
as cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Coldplay and Joe Satriani. Speaking of Joe Satriani,
Was that a real collab?
yeah, he sued the fuck out of them.
Wait, what happened?
Joe Satriani sued
Coldplay. What song did he say they were done?
I don't know.
Which Joe
It was
song?
like a big hit.
Really?
damn.
That's
I
did he
think I
win?
know that.
The-
I'm a
yeah,
big,
yeah,
I'm
I
a
think
big
so.
Joe
See,
fan. I love
that's-
Joe Satriani.
Interesting to me because I thought that usually there needs to be like I don't know because they're in such different worlds musically
Yeah.
that it's like you need to essentially prove that they've heard that song to steal it or not prove but like
That's tough.
yeah because there was the Sam Smith Tom Petty thing a while back
Oh,
like
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
years ago
Oh, yeah.
where it's like I don't know maybe I'm just
Yeah.
being naive but I don't think Sam Smith would listen to Tom Petty like they seem like two different
I mean, maybe,
Things.
but it's also kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, usually I feel like you're not like really, if you're different enough, I would say if the songs are like the same in terms of like how they're produced and what the overall, like if one is a pop artist and one is like an extreme metal artist, it's I don't think the crossover is gonna matter, right? So it's like,
yeah, and I mean, think about how many songs out there have the same chord progression.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think Tom Petty was kind of known for like going after a ton of bands for using similar sounding progressions to him. Like I know he went after the Chili Peppers.
Did he?
Yeah. For the song Danny California.
Sounds a little petty to me.
Roasted.
It's just, I mean, it sucks because maybe he was right, but either way, it kind of just made him look like an asshole. To me, at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the thing I always wonder is like how much of it is just like they wrote it. They actually did come up with the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not that crazy. Like there's
only so many possibilities out there.
You know?
Yep.
It's like I remember way back our old guitar player Ian had like he made up a riff and he was like, damn, this is sick. And it was basically exactly Aces High. But it was like he started like one note off or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we're like, that's Aces High. He's like, oh fuck. Like it's like, you know, he just made it up. Like he wasn't trying to play it, and then he was like, "This is my thing."
Yeah,
and
I mean, with that though, I feel like it might be slightly different because that song would be somewhere in his subconscious.
Oh, for sure,
right?
Yeah.
Whereas these other ones, I don't know. I mean,
I did that even not just like last month, trying to like come up with ideas for new Striker stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this sounds like it could be a Striker song."
This
I'm
is
like,
Fight for Your Life.
Oh no, this is Position of Power. Fuck. Like the same total thing happened to me. I was like, can't submit that one.
Yeah.
Well, I just feel like
just the one riff, but it was like,
I feel like there's no way that like like Tom Petty, he's like such a savant that he like invented that fucking. It's like, what fucking thing did you listen to get inspired for that? It's like
that's what I mean. It makes him look like an asshole.
Always like a different like you know like
how far back you want to.
Yeah, it's like every 40-year increment. There's like someone who can kind of reimagine.
Oh no, you ripped that off of fucking goddamn Handel, you know, like
yeah, it's like that's a Bach riff. Dude.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
No, it's Tchaikovsky, bro. No, you're not original.
None of that's copyrighted anymore. So
that's
have
true.
at her.
That's true. How long is the copyright thing? 50 years? Is it
50 years?
No, the song's 50 years old.
I think
you can fuck with it.
I thought it was 75, but clearly I don't know.
What is it? what would you call that? Statute of limitations on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Song copyright length.
Like how long until we can start stealing early Iron Maiden stuff?
Of time.
I think it's pretty much impossible to be in like a sort of power metal oriented metal band and not draw some sort of like they took that chord progression and basically wrote a whole career from it.
Yeah, it's like
you know, like, and then how many other bands use that same chord progression? It's like it's one of the most popular chord progressions out there, I think, for metal. Like
ECD.
Well, classic metal, anyway.
ACD.
Yeah.
ECD.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the band, and then just fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go, and
then sometimes you throw a B in the end to resolve it.
Yeah.
You know?
It says here, copyright duration in the U.S., Europe, and many other countries is now life of the author plus 70 years.
Plus 70 years. Wow.
So it's like 70 years after you die, people can just yoink your shit.
Nobody's getting the Scorpions.
That seems fair
for a while.
Yeah. Can't steal the zoo yet.
God damn, dude.
Who died 70 years and 1 day ago?
Yeah.
New Striker album.
How long was it? It was so people in the 50s we can start stealing from.
Elvis.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's
bro.
actually...
Oh, bro.
We're going to have to start making Elvis metal.
About to cop some Elvis riffs.
No, but it's from when he died. He died in the, 70s or 80s?
None of us are 70 yet.
50s.
Yeah.
So we can't make this album until we're like 80.
Artists who died in the 50s is my next
there you
go.
Here we go. We're getting inspired.
Well, when did Louis Armstrong die? I mean, to be fair, I actually can't name that many artists from like 50s or before, aside from like some big band era shit.
Papa Charlie? I don't know what that is.
That's a start.
List of deaths in rock and roll in the 1950s. Here we go. Kansas Joe McCoy. I don't know who that is. I'll let you know when I find one that.
No, just keep reading them out.
Yeah,
This
just
is
keep
fun.
going, keep
It's
going.
actually the names are
Hank-
kind of funny.
Hank
to me.
Williams,
Oh yeah, okay.
The
That's a good
propane
one.
guy.
Bertha Hill, Bertha Hill, Papa Charlie McCoy. That's the same. Oh, and Kansas Joe McCoy. Are these? Is this their name, or is this where they're from?
Or
Are
is
they
that
brothers?
their stage name
They might
because
be
they're from there?
They were only in their 40s. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Died in their 40s?
I think that's a good long life in
Al
that era.
It might have
Jolson,
been.
Cecil Gant, Luke Jordan, Hank Williams died when
Hank
he was
Williams.
29.
Jesus.
Willie Love,
There's that Jesus again.
Carolina Slim, cool name.
That's a great name.
What else we got here?
Ow.
Hot Lips Page. What the fuck?
That's a wicked. That's a
damn.
great artist.
Lollipop Jones. What?
Hot Lips.
These got to be
Page.
stage names. Dink Johnson. No way, dude.
Oh, that's great.
I want to steal that. That's gonna be my new stage name.
Dink Johnson.
Hi, I'm Dink Johnson from Stryker.
And then his friend Doink
Dude,
Jinkson.
Johnny
Yeah.
Ace, Cow Davenport. Dude, are these just made up?
Wow.
Damn, man. John Dolphin.
I mean, people are going to be having the
Dolphin,
exact
huh?
same conversation like 70 years from now
Yeah.
about a lot of the SoundCloud rappers.
Oh, Buddy
Yeah,
Holly.
could
Their
be.
names?
Yeah.
Who?
Did Buddy Holly?
Buddy
Oh,
Holly.
shit.
Buddy
Yeah,
Holly,
there you
Buddy Holly
Bolly
died
Hol-
in
Bolly Huddy.
1959.
Okay,
So we still got
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys still got years to go.
shit.
And Billie Holiday died in 1959. And Al Cake Witchard.
Al Cake Witchard. Wow. These names, man.
There you go.
I wonder
Wow.
how they determined that length of time because it's like, to me, it almost seems like, okay, so we know basically none of those artists.
Yeah.
And those were the biggest artists of that time. So
well,
it's like,
right.
those were just notable deaths in the 50s of whatever.
Sure.
But
But
I
still.
would say Buddy Holly, that's a big one.
yeah,
That's
totally.
huge, yeah.
But like, I think I recognize
Williams.
two names on that list. And so I wonder if this 70 years is to like give them enough time to kind of fall back into obscurity so that
Yeah,
people
I
don't
mean-
realize that you're like
Yeah.
stealing shit.
I guess.
I don't
yeah.
Yeah. Fair
Some
enough.
music historian, fucking
Okay.
Nardwar, is going to pop out of the fucking wall and be
Yeah.
like, remember
Like
this
the-
album? I
like
buy
the
you this
fucking Kool-Aid
vinyl,"
guy.
or whatever. Yeah. Dude, I love Nardwar. He's so fucking funny.
I haven't seen that.
He's
for
still
a long
fucking
time.
going, right?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
and his like his knowledge of rap is like so extensive. It's
I
so
know.
funny. I
Wow.
always thought he was like a more of a like a rock guy,
Rock
but it's
metal
like
guy,
I
yeah,
guess he
true
just
that.
fucking knows his hip hop.
Knows
Yeah.
his rap.
Yeah.
Jeez. Speaking of rap, Christmas is coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
You guys-
asking? What are you asking for Christmas?
What am I asking for Christmas? I did ask for something for Christmas. Oh no, I asked for the Parallax bass plugin, and then I just went and bought it on Black Friday.
Black
So
Friday
fuck, I guess I'm not getting
sales.
that.
Nice.
No.
I also bought a plugin.
I have to think about what
I
I
bought the nameless one.
Oh,
Nameless
I like
one.
that one because it's jangly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a different sound than what I've got.
I do want to
Anyways.
get that Howard Benson vocal multiplier.
I keep getting
It is
emails
out
for it.
now.
It does seem
looks
cool.
fucking sick.
Yep.
Yeah,
I bought myself an Xbox, so I didn't get a plug-in.
Oh, you did actually?
Yeah,
get an
I got the
Xbox. Wow.
Xbox.
That's kind of a plug-in. I mean, like you have to plug it in to
That
make
is
it work.
true.
So
That is true.
Yeah.
And then I was telling Dan this, but I immediately started playing Halo 1 on it. So it's like
Oh, wow.
not taking advantage of any of the cool new
shit.
things.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I want to play this old game.
damn,
Dude, I
still have time
almost
for
only
video
play
games
free to
anymore.
play games now, like Apex
There's
and
so many good
Warzone and
ones.
shit. Oh, that reminds me, there is a guy who wrote us on Instagram who wants to play Warzone with us.
Oh, shit.
hell yeah.
And I was like, oh, I just got to get the usernames, and then I kind of forgot. But
Yeah.
don't worry, dude. If you're listening,
We did not forget.
We will play.
Yeah.
No,
That'd be
actually,
sick.
we're just getting ready to play. There's a show
Show.
coming up. And we got lots of shit to do. So, but
That'd be
after
fun.
that, we're back into writing mode, and then fucking Christmas.
That's
so
part of the inspiration for writing, isn't it? Warzone.
get fucking mad at Warzone.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Play
Throw
to
your
Win was
fucking
about?
Controller across the
So playing Apex Legends.
yeah. Yeah. Apex Legends
Everything
is
we
sick.
play is about video games.
Yeah, man.
Yup.
Yeah.
Video games.
I mean, part of my writing process is at least one song on each album is supposed to be like an inspirational song for like a movie.
Oh yeah.
Like Over the Top by
Yep.
no, that's the movie. The movie's called Over the Top. The song is called
You have a song called Over the
Winner
Top,
Takes
too.
It All.
Oh.
That's like the style of song with
Sure,
that
yeah.
by Sammy Hagar, where it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like just a song about triumphing
kicking ass. Like it's,
about triumph.
like
I
it
guess.
should be in a movie montage.
Yeah.
When the
I've always just like loved those, and lyrically
Yeah.
they're so
Me too.
fucking dumb, but it's just
Yeah.
like perfect. I love it. I don't know why.
I mean, one of the there's actually a couple of the songs you've sent recently for this new batch of demos where I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally that song.
It was a movie montage song.
Yeah, there's I'd say there's at least two that I can think of off the top of my head.
I can see a
yeah,
couple of
well, I just need a new angle because like Winner Takes It All. That's a great. It's all about
Yeah.
the song title, right?
Winner Takes All. That's good. Yeah.
But that's already a song. So
You can just call one Destiny, Warzone, Apex.
Oh, there you go. There you
the
go.
Apex. No,
The Apex.
Oh, wait,
Unleash the Archers already wrote an album
shit.
about Apex
They
Legends
did.
called Apex.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I never realized that. Never put it two and two together. Matriarch. I'm sure there's some female playable
Flavorable players.
Flammable
female
characters?
flavored players.
Yes.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Wow.
That Americano's hitting strong.
Yo, this shit's busting, my dude.
It is legitimately going to make me shit my pants fairly soon, though. So
That
we should
Americano?
wrap this up in a bit. Yeah.
Oh.
Jono's getting poopy.
I think we're at an hour right now.
All right. Well, it might be time to.
Okay, so it's time to switch over to the Patreon.
See you
All right,
later.
Peace out. Everybody who came to our show, you're awesome. Everybody who watched us stream dry off the soundboard, that's not how we sound in real life. That is bullshit. Bad representation of our band.
Yeah.
It's impossible to do a mix like that on the fly.
Yeah.
So,
Can we not ask them to do reverbs or something? Like a fuck ton of reverb?
I mean, hopefully
can.
they do, but we
Let's ask
can
them.
try. They want to do the best job they can. I was talking to
that's fair.
Tyson. I mean, they want the sound to be good, but it's like, man, it's fucking tough because they're in
It
the
is tough,
fucking
yeah.
room. It's like how
Oh, yeah,
easy
fair
is
enough.
it to
Fair
mix when
Yeah.
So, anyways, if it sounds bad, it's not our fault.
Yeah. We were overserved.
We
That's-
played perfectly, and the beers were too strong. So,
Yeah. That's exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you later.